Alright, guys. Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning. Last night's stream was way too long. Oh my god. And but it was okay, I guess, if you think about it. Like I said, in the end, you covered a lot of stuff in the stream. We just didn't do any tarot readings. Yeah, it's the only thing we didn't do. There's enough material there to start a major conversation piece. Okay? First of all, I didn't think it was a bad stream overall besides the length. I am a little bit cross with YouTube on one thing, and that is apparently Ed had been playing some music by Michael Nesmith, and after finding out that Ed Mitchell was playing some music by by the Monkees, after finding out that Michael Nesmith had passed on. And so we were trying to, be respectful for that. But what happened was the options to edit out the music was not there because YouTube didn't want to give the option to remove it. Music, the only option was dispute claim. I'm not going to dispute the claim, okay, guys? It wasn't intended, but it is an integral part of the stream. So I sat there going, well, okay. The music is an integral part of the stream. So might as well leave it in. What bothers me is one of the options is not, I would love to see in there is buy usage rights to music. Because sometimes we don't know the publishers or we don't know who has the actual copyrights to songs. So I kind of like to have access to the information about the music, or where we can contact to negotiate copyright acts licensing. They don't have that as an option, which really sucks. Now, some newer artists are willing to share copyright monetization revenue, which is fine. I don't mind that. If a content person wants to share revenue with us, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But I do have a problem with is when they take 100% of the take. It's not a new problem. It's an old problem on YouTube that has existed since the beginning of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, which was created prior to YouTube's inception. You can't win. That's the simple thing, is that when YouTube is working now with profit sharing, they need to have another option where you can go ahead and negotiate with the copyright holder and offer a license option. Now, some of the bigger labels, older songs may not be so upset about that. I don't know, we also did the one for Thanksgiving with My Little Corner of the World by Maria Osmond. I believe that she deserves, a lot of credit for the song that she sang in 1973, for example. If there's ever music in the stream that were the copyright owners willing to share, I'm all for it. Because there's a lot of music out there by independent artists that they want to get their name out there. They want to get name recognition. And they realize that some ways that they can get right name recognition is to work with another person using the music. It's called copyright sharing, or revenue sharing, not copyright sharing. You still have the copyright, but you also have a copyright too, because it's your stream that is using their music as part of your stream. So nothing wrong with that. But I have to tell you, I just wish they would offer that as an option. The stream was over 7 hours long. I was thinking, well, maybe I can cut it out with the editor. You can't. It's too long. The show's too long. So I had to download the stream and edit the stream in Final Cut Pro and hope I can get it edited out. But then I thought about it. So, well, the music is an integral part of the memorial of Michael Nesmith. I'm like, wait a minute. This is music that's associated with the Monkees. To begin with, it really shouldn't be edited out because the music is a key part of why we're having this 7-hour stream in the first place. It is also, it's a major part of the show, and even though it's not a major player, it gives some of the audience some knowledge of, who the Monkees were, and that's nothing wrong with that. Now, I sent a feedback to YouTube. I suggested that they should offer the option, and the options with copyright claims is to buy a license for the song. Sure, in the long run, I'm actually going to lose money, given the fact that the content creators are probably going to want to charge a higher license fee, especially for bigger channels, which mine is not. But, it's something that I think should be an option on the table for content creators to buy the licenses, especially since there no longer is access to the YouTube copyright database. So you can't tell which song is copyrighted by which publisher. And sometimes you don't know until after the stream when the content ID says, oh, this song belongs to this artist or this publisher, because you can't tell at the time, because you might buy a record that might be, say, for example, by one by Marie Osmond, which originally was published on MGM. Well, Polydor is working with Marie Osmond. It's no longer MGM because MGM Records is gone. So how would you know that if you want to buy the rights to use the song that you need to contact Polydor? You don't. The same thing with the Monkees. The songs are not belong to Kirshner Records anymore. They belong to somebody else called IDT. Since they know that much, Content ID knows that much for the matches, it's easy enough that they can go, oh, okay. So we now know that these songs belong to the Monkees, and this is the current publisher. Also, there needs to be another feature in the system for people who make false copyright content ID claims. Now, there is where maybe you think that an error has been made in the recognition of the right song. I've had that happen a couple times where you use a song that originally was published by one artist and some other artist gets the rights to it. And you go, wait a minute, it's not the song, it's not sung by this other person. This is sung by the Beach Boys or the Beatles or something like that. You want to give the copyright revenue to the right people. And that's another feature that they don't have. And they need to add that. So if you have a dispute, maybe you should ask why you're having a dispute. Are you trying to say is, I think I have the rights to the song, or I believe that there's a mistake in the identification of the copyright holder? Well, that second option doesn't exist. Okay, and it should be. And it should be an option to dispute the claim, especially if, because a couple of years ago there was a lot of false claiming going on, or somebody would claim the song as their own song. And we need to make sure that we give the proper people the credit, the proper respect that belongs to them. That's what they need. Stream's up there still. I don't know what I want to do, if we're going to edit out the song, or if we're going to keep the song, or what the case is, I'm not going to dispute that the copyright claim exists, but I do wish that we could actually get an option to buy a license for a song. That's the only thing that really is important to me. Anything red? Ow. Tonight's supposed to be kind of a little more let loose Christmas party type stream. Everybody says, well, Michelle, get a bottle of wine and some Patsy Cline kind of thing. Well, I actually don't mind the thought. Elio, how you doing? But I do have a problem with the fact is I don't feel comfortable drinking alcohol on my show. I don't know if I can handle that. But let me get the meats panel up before I forget. Let's get Leo on here today. You guys know this link by heart by now. I'm sure you guys are starting to memorize these links. I mean, I know I do. Let me make sure everything's working here. Make sure sound's working. So, like I say, okay, it's working. Options on. And post the link in the panel. Okay. Our panel link. Copy in. Oh, all right. So, how you doing, Jennifer? I mean, Josephine. Anyway, I'm going to come on the panel today. Leo, I'd love to have you on the panel today. Actually, I'd like to have all of you on the panel, but let's start with Leo. Joe. Okay, well, Leo already is coming on, so I don't have to worry about that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, how you doing today?
Oh, YouTube's playing in the background. Hold on.
So anyway, like I said, that stream last night was way too long. Way too long.
I laughed.
So what did you think though of the stream though? I mean, it was.
I stayed up until Ed got involved. I can't stand the way he talks to you, Michelle. I have to leave.
Yeah, he tends to be very unintentionally. I don't think it's intentionally. Unintentionally sounds condescending.
No, he's just plain old mean. He says horrible things to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're perfect by any means. I mean, there was a little bit of mixed up, with your guys' conversation, but he just says some hateful thing that's very abusive.
Yeah.
And being a woman that's come out of abusive relationships, I can't sit and watch it.
I understand that. Well, after he calmed down, he started to talk about some things, but I think one of the things that he's saying to people is why isn't Michelle just accepting Social Security disability and just leave it at that? And Stan CT agreed with me. He said, but Michelle wants to make her life a little bit better, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Michelle should be allowed to make a little bit of revenue to offset what the expenses are because things are getting ridiculous.
And Stan is exactly right. You should not be ashamed for trying to make some extra money.
After all, everybody used to keep telling me I'm on this channel. Why don't you get a job? Why don't you go to work? Why don't you? This is a job. It's okay. It doesn't make thousands of dollars. It probably makes maybe just as much as some Avon salespeople do. Some people not that great. They have a small audience. They have a small customer base. So,
right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. And you make more money on your Social Security, don't you, than Ed?
Yeah.
You would think that he would want to try to generate some extra money. I mean, his train thing isn't going too well.
He believes strongly in sales, which I think is fine. Sales works for you. That's great.
Well, why doesn't he go work for some company that sells those trains? I mean, I'm sure he can get some type of part-time job.
Yeah, but in a way, I think YouTube would be considered for most people to be half-time or part-time. I don't think it's a bad situation for me. And I told him, I said, you have the same opportunities, the same options I do, thanks to technology. There's no reason why you can't do the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. But anyway, how did your show go last night?
It went okay. It didn't get too incendiary. It had a couple hot spots, but other than that, it was pretty good. Red, let me point out something to you. What do you consider a job? Okay, let me ask you this. I have a tax ID. I actually do pay Connecticut sales tax. Or actually, I pay it in my revenue. When I file my tax returns every year, I'm a 1099. Now, that means that you're a job. Once you start paying taxes on what you're making, now you're a job. You're not just a hobbyist. Okay, sure, it's like a part-time or half-time job, but it's still a job. Okay? It may not be making a huge ton of money, but that's not the point here. It's a career. It's a career I'm working towards, not just doing a job. It's a sole proprietorship. I'm a 1099 sole proprietorship. Why does everybody think a sole proprietorship is not a job?
Well, Michelle, the important thing is if you think it's a job, then it's a job. Red can think it's not a job. I'm indifferent. I don't really care. I don't see it as a job, but I don't see it as not a job either. So, I mean, you put a lot of effort and time and,
right.
And you get money from it. So I can see how you view it as a job.
Red, what do you consider a job? I mean, let's look at this here. I mean, what do you consider a job? I mean, is a sole proprietorship a job? What's your definition of a job for sole proprietorship? That you pay taxes, state and local and federal? Well, I pay state, local, and federal.
He says a job is everything other than YouTube.
Right. You're 100% right. You're entertaining on a platform, so it is still work. A job is anything other than YouTube. So if you're a social influencer on Instagram, that's a job. If you're a social influencer on Facebook, that's a job. Josephine says, I'm not monetized. I play music for my friends. Well, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I do wish, though, that YouTube did have an option when you see options that you could say, file for a license or, negotiate with publisher. I think that's one thing that they really need to have, since you don't always know, as I said at the beginning of the monologue, you don't always know at the beginning who publishers owns the rights to music anymore. Because of two reasons. One, YouTube removed the database that used to list the publishers to the music. Okay? And because we don't have that database, we can't tell who has the publishing licenses. But YouTube's Content ID sure finds out. But then why can't they say, how about another option? Buy license from publisher. I don't see why they could not even offer that as an option. I don't know. What do you think about that, Leo, about the idea of buying a license for music that Content ID notices? Shouldn't they have that as an option?
Yeah, I think they should, especially since there's a lot of YouTubers who, I think their streams would go better with the music. So, I think it should be an option.
I think it should be an option too, and also there should be an option more. I think more publishers, maybe the younger publishers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for subscribing or donation of £5. Thank you. Actually, the key came up before the actual chat comments did, but yeah, I mean, it would be nice if more publishers did content revenue sharing. I think that would be nice if they did this. I know some of the newer artists are doing this more and more because they know the issue with YouTube is it gets their music out there into the ears of people that we never heard them before. But it's the older artists that either A, do not understand this or do not understand, have never really given it any thought that, copyright sharing or content sharing would be good for them. So for the old school, then why don't we just offer this option to buy a license? I mean, since publishers change, record labels have merged together, Sony Music Entertainment owns pretty much a large portion of these catalogs of music, and it would be nice to be able to just buy the copyright outright. I mean, not buy the copyright. I mean, buy the license to use the copyright. I mentioned an example there by Mary Osmond, My Little Corner of the World, which we played on Thanksgiving. MGM Records is no longer in publication, is no longer business. Now her license is maintained by Polydor. So if I tried to find MGM Records license holder, I wouldn't have been able to find it. But Content ID shows it's Polydor. So why
What's
can't
Polydor?
That's the publishing company that has the license to My Little Corner of the World.
Oh.
So
yeah, so how would they do that, Michelle? There's so many different licensing companies. So how would YouTube do one license for music?
Maybe they could offer a way to at least give us the address of these companies, legal departments, for example. And say, if you want to buy a license, contact so-and-so at this address. And we're just basically listing the contact ID or the contact information, and you still would need to talk to that company. But even if you do buy a license, what do you have to do? Enter a license number or something in the stream so that they can see a license was bought? Then they would have to maintain a database.
Yeah, they would have to connect something to your channel.
Yeah. I can copyright claims, but I can privatize. Yeah, but the thing with doing the privatization is that it means now your stream isn't available for others to watch. I mean, if it's a stream like last night's, it was a lot covered, a lot of material, and I don't want to do 7-hour streams on a regular basis. That was ridiculously long. I mean,
Yeah, you sound tired today.
Yeah, I am tired. But I'm still here.
Yeah, you're still
That's
here.
another sign that you're doing a job is that you come in, you do your equivalent of your 9 to 5. You know what you got to do. You come into your job, like any work at home business. So that counts as a job. If it was a hobby, I think most people would just go, "Well, I'll just do a stream when I feel like it." But every
Michelle, what's your
morning,
favorite Christmas song?
what's my favorite Christmas song? I
Yeah.
don't really have any particular one, but to stand out, but particularly Burl Ives, Holly Jolly Christmas, and Rocking Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee are two of my favorites.
Oh, okay. Some
And I would
classics.
love to be able to use those two songs on my show. But the problem
JoJo.
is, again, we don't know who has the copyright holder to those two songs.
You would think that classic songs like that would, not have copyright on them at all. Oh,
They do.
cat.
They do have copyright, though. Thanks to the fact that they extended the copyright law for 75 years.
Holy crap.
And then someone refreshes the copyright every so often when they come up with their own version. So there might be a
that's
song.
kind of like what they do with pharmaceuticals, too. Chloe.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, I am tired. I had an interesting experience this morning at Surprise Dad, which is I woke up and I saw 4 orange dots on my wall. Now, these 4 orange dots were circles with orange outlines and they were throwing heat. I mean, seriously. Immediately I recognized it as a type of spiritual incendiary bomb. He couldn't see it, of course, I saw it. So I immediately did what I do, and I just put my hand over the spots as best I could reach them. And I said, "Don't touch the walls." I said, "If you do, this place is going to go up in smoke." I was able to diffuse the spiritual bomb, but I really seriously wonder why some entity would want to try to burn my house down.
Well, Michelle, I'm like I told you with your tarot readings, you need to start doing a prayer of protection because whenever you do anything like that, you can invite, entities into your home.
Yeah.
So before you do a tarot reading, make sure you do some type of prayer to protect yourself.
Well, one of the things that I talked to Mother God afterwards because it kind of woke up the same time I did, but he couldn't see the 4 circles. I said to her afterwards, I said, "What's the story here?" She said, basically, he pissed off somebody in the spiritual realm. I said, "Okay." However, you're pretty good at diffusing these kind of things, and you can be cool. Like when you threw that shadow person out of your house many years ago, and you seem to have ability to keep things at bay, which is true. Okay, thank you.
What's going on over there?
I believe tarot can be good energy, but also you can get bad readings from bad entities too. That's why I only work with Father, Mother God, and angels and spirit guides. I don't work with the demons.
Yeah.
It's just like anybody doing any kind of business. You don't go out there in the basement, for example, start messing with your boiler if you don't know anything about boilers, right? Because if you do that, you might accidentally blow yourself up with a steam explosion.
That's true. Well, tarot can be used as good, Jojo. The problem isn't the tarot. It's when you open yourself to, like how Michelle says, to source or to the spiritual realm. There are things that hang around that can sneak in and that's why you need to do a prayer protection. It's not the tarot that's bad. It's just you opening yourself up.
And don't forget, that's why I'm always there with the baseball bat at the door. Let me sit right. Let me keep things.
I've seen some crazy stuff happen with people with tarot and.
Like what? What kind of stories?
Well, my mom used to. She didn't have. They didn't have tarot decks like available when we were younger, so she used playing cards.
Right.
And whenever she would do a bunch of readings, we would always get visited by. I don't know if it was like a demonic type entity, but it was more of a like I forget what they call them, but like the gremlins that just like to come and mess around and play pranks and stuff. What do they call those, Michelle? I forget.
I guess gremlins are good enough. They could be called
yeah, it's almost like a gremlin. Yeah, they would come in and
just don't feed them after midnight, sudden, okay? All right.
Yeah, different things would start happening in the house. Like things would disappear or something would break down and.
Yeah. Well, I had an experience a couple of weeks ago before we even got into tarot at all, where some stranger smashed my kitchen, my living room door window. We don't know why this guy did it. We got him on camera, but we don't know why he did it. No one apprehended him.
Oh, you know who it is?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't know who it is?
That's right. I don't know who it was.
Was it a young person or was it a middle age or older?
It was a younger person, but nobody in the building recognized it. Oh, speaking of that, let me just check Ed's shipping information real quick on his package that he ordered. I have access to his eBay, which is not surprising because he's been waiting for this train set, and it was supposed to come yesterday, but it didn't come yesterday. So Ed has been having kittens over it because he doesn't know where the train set is.
That's right, JoJo. The original trolls of the spiritual world. Yeah. They're gremlins. They like to come in and mess around in your habitat and do crap.
Estimated delivery by Saturday, December 11th. Let's see what it is. Hey, I was right. My tarot cards were right. That the package is coming, and it just took a sort of on its journey. It took kind of a way over, and here it is. It's going to be here today. He's going to be happy to hear that.
And oh, that's good.
I read that on the tarot cards.
Did you guys decide if you're going to do Christmas presents towards each other or no?
We kind of already gave each other Christmas presents in a way because he bought me the table. I did pay for part of it, so because we did need the table. I gave him stuff too, but I don't remember what we gave him. I mean, over and over we've given each other stuff back and forth. So year round we do that. So it's like sometimes it's hard to keep tabs of who gave who what.
Oh. Are you guys going to do a Christmas dinner?
Probably not. Not anything fancy, I don't think. I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, we've talked a lot about different things. The Christmas party thing kind of came up at the last minute last night. I don't mind drinking wine, but I got to find something that's not going to be too bad, too strong, too potent.
Get Boone's Farm. That's kind of a weaker wine. It tastes good, and it's cheap.
Okay.
And Boone's Farm. They have something called, Boone's Farm. It's called, I think it's Strawberry Hill or something. It's really good. I used to do, people would do beer bongs. I used to do wine bong. Drink a whole bottle of it.
I used to drink a blush Chablis wine from California. That was pretty good. Once in a while.
Oh, Chablis. I don't like Merlot. I think Merlot is too dry.
Yeah.
I think it's Merlot.
Well, this wasn't Merlot. It was something else, but I forgot what it was. I moved it into my apartment when I was living in the stores, and that was what was in the refrigerator. So I didn't even write the name of it down. I just said, heck with it. let's see what it tastes like. I'm not really heavily into wine drinker, but
Oh,
it didn't
I
have.
got this wine. When I went to this place called Frankenmuth when I used to be in the medical field. I would go there for like renewing my credits and all that stuff. They had seminars there, and I went to this one shop and I bought 2 bottles of vampire wine.
Okay.
And this was like 15 years ago that I this wine. I still have a bottle of it. It's so nasty. I
Oh,
won't drink
really?
it. It's gross.
Really? Vampire wine?
Yeah. I had werewolf too, but I had shared that with my dad a long time ago. It was so gross.
Why don't you just dump it down the drain?
Well, I just keep it because the labeling of the bottle was cool, and I did pay some good money for it. I think I paid $30 a bottle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess if I'm ever, I wonder if I could cook with it. It kind of reminds me more of a cooking wine.
I think if I buy wine, I think I'll buy a liter bottle of wine. I don't want to buy a huge bottle. It's just for me anyway. If I buy one, um, yeah, I want something that's kind of not too dry. If I'm gonna do this, I don't want something that's gonna be so dry that next thing you know, I'm totally out of it. Like in less than an hour. I tried Franzia. We had a Franzia box wine when I was because I was in the 23 and older dorm floor for wine and cheese. I had some of that red wine. That stuff was, I don't know, it was cheap. Now,
Yeah,
that's the way it is. Cheap. It's cheap.
My mom used to drink that box wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go with Boone's Farm, I think you'll like it. It's like I said, it's cheap. It tastes good. It's not very high in alcohol.
Right. And does it use a stupid cork or does it have a regular cap?
Nah, it's got a cap.
Okay, that's good. I don't have a bottle opener.
Yeah, it's got a cap on it. At least it used to. I haven't bought it in years, but I'm assuming because it's a cheaper wine. I get the wine that I usually get is, I have a local winery near me, so we get I get their wine.
Well, right now the weather for today is going to be mild. At least that's what it said on my phone last night. Let's see what the latest story is. It did say it was going to rain. Yep, but it's raining, all right.
Good morning, Stan. Yeah, it was thunderstorming here last night, Michelle.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Crazy in December.
You know what? I'll tell you a secret. I think if Ed wants to go get his beer, and the wine, we're gonna have to go between 1 and 4, because that's when it shows no rain at all. It just shows cloudy. And the temperatures are gonna be warm. They're gonna be like 11 to 13, so that's gonna be good. So you can get, at least you won't be freezing. The ground's not gonna be frozen. And hi, Stan. How you doing? Also, we had so many serious, in the Midwest because of the warm front that came through. Serious tornadoes. Some people in Illinois, a FedEx facility, Amazon, they say 50 to 100 people are trapped in the Amazon processing facility when the roof collapsed.
Oh, where is this at?
That was in Illinois, but it was close to St. Louis. Let's see if I can find the article here on Fox News here real quick here. I did see it, so I found it. Let's see. But last night it was so fresh news that they didn't have any details. Heartland horror, catastrophic death toll feared to climb over 50 after brutal storm tornadoes ripped through multiple states. First responders called Amazon warehouse collapse a massive casualty incident. Ouch. People were dead, injured, and trapped. Let's go through some of the basic details. At least 2 Amazon workers in Illinois were killed and others injured Friday night when a warehouse collapsed during a severe storm that moved through the St. Louis area. Tornadoes and storms swept across several Midwest and southern states, killing including Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Tennessee, leaving destruction in their wake. Local emergency responders called the fulfillment center collapse in Edwardsville, Illinois, about 25 miles northeast of St. Louis, a mass casualty incident. 30 people were bused to Pontoon Beach, Illinois, to be reunited with family, officials said. A wall the length of a football field and the warehouse's roof collapsed. Around 100 emergency vehicles descended upon the fulfillment center, where dozens of workers were reportedly trapped. The families of the victims were being notified early Saturday, according to the Edwardsville Police Department. As many as 50 to 100 employees were believed to be inside the building, according to Fox 2's Emilio Morgaverio, which was a reporter. Amazon is deeply saddened by the news that its members of our Amazon family passed away as a result of the storm, spokesman told Fox News. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims, the loved ones, and everyone impacted by the storm, said Kelly Nantel, Amazon spokesperson. We also want to thank all the first responders for their ongoing efforts on the scene. We're continuing to provide this support to our employees and partners in the area. My prayers are with the people of Edwardsville tonight, and I've reached out to the mayor to provide any needed state resources. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker said in a statement posted on Twitter, our LIL State Police and at Ready, Illinois are both coordinating closely with our officials and will continue to monitor the situation. Yeah, I see also Kentucky, similar things that happen. They said Arkansas, major storms going through the area. The reason is because the high temperatures that are pushing through from the south are clashing strongly with the cold front that was already in place. And that's what started the whole thing, which is sad to see. But it's not my season, thank God. At least I can say that. It was some honesty. My season doesn't start until about 9 days from now. I try very hard not to let that stuff happen on my season, but it does happen. You know, you're moving around big warm and cold fronts all the time, and you're trying to find a balance. And sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't. It all depends. But I do wish and I do hope that they'll be fine. I do hope that many people will be spared a lot of devastating losses.
Yeah.
Stan says Red Foreman, he is the first colonial governor of Connecticut and probably one of the wisest men in the 17th century. He talks about back at the doing good, driving over to New London to make a video on the alchemist John Winthrop, the youngest grist mill from 1650. Winthrop, I know that name sounded familiar. Yeah, so again, this ties into everything we were talking about last night with the weird weather, weird events that keep happening.
A bit weird.
Everything is just weird weather-wise. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, some of the stuff that's going on.
No, it doesn't. But, I remember, of course, we live in different states. About, God, it had to have been like over 15 years ago, there was weather in Michigan. It was either right before Thanksgiving or right after. because I was doing Christmas light decorations, and it was like in the 70s.
Yeah, I know. And that's what we're going to see, like, in the next few days here. Temperatures in the 60s, at least for today anyway. However, it's not going to stay that way. I can tell you right now that, sure, Sunday's going to be a high of 50, or 10 degrees Celsius. But then we start to see temperatures slowly drop a little bit. And I see thunderstorms are supposedly occurring right now in Winston. Well, we'll see what happens there. Because by Sunday of next week, we're going to see temperatures of 2 and a little -4. And Monday, Yule, temperatures of 40% chance of snow, a high of 3, a little -3.
Yeah, I'm wondering if my daughter, they'll get a good amount of snow before they go on Christmas break. Next week is their last week of school.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think, as far as what was said by Ed last night, I mean, he thought I had no apathy, and I was totally wrong. I was like, Ed, I have apathy. But I'm surrounded by this stuff all the time. It keeps happening. You kind of become numb after a while. You know, you just keep hearing it over and over again. This one passes, this one passes, this one passes.
Well, yeah, and from what I gather from what happened last night, you were upset because you were having issues on your game and you need that video card or whatever.
First was the game.
Right, and why didn't Ed have any apathy towards you? You know, you were kind of depressed about that. He was worried about getting his.
He didn't have empathy, not apathy. That's captions for you. That's what the captions translate to. Well, first of all, I do have a possible solution for the game. I did find some older NVIDIA GT 640 video cards with 2 gigabytes of video RAM that were like $120. Okay. Now, I don't know. It does support metal. It does have the EFI boot ROM. And like Lumi one time asked me, she said, well, what happened if you put that card and the other video card in the system at the same time? I said, they both have metal drivers. And I'm like, well, I don't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, if both video cards have, I go for the 2 gigabyte one, how much slower is the video card frame rate going to be? See, I don't know anything about these NVIDIA cards. I don't know. I know they're supported by the Mac, but that's all I know. Okay. She said, well, maybe then while you had that card installed, as long as it's working for now, why couldn't you go ahead, send your card out to another shop to get the other card reflashed for the EFI boot ROM? Because the services will do it. I'm like, yeah. I said that might be an idea.
Who said this?
There are on YouTube services that will reflash the other video card that when I have the Sapphire X280 video card with 3 gigabytes of RAM with a Mac EFI boot ROM image. And when you send the card to them, they flash it, and then they send it back to you.
Hi, Jojo.
It's not free. It's costing $100.
But they're gonna charge you $100 to reflash it?
Yeah.
Wow.
At least that way you'll also be able to use it in PC as well. So you would just, when you want to put it in a PC, you just put the card in, select the different BIOS option, and boom, you're in. Or, it's like I said, Michelle, if you can boot the system with both cards, then maybe all you would have to do is just realize you're going to give up a couple slots. Nah, I know it's a long-term problem because, yeah, you're going to give up slots, but we'll see what happens. I think that the 2 gigabyte card might be a good start. I mean, it's listed on price range I can afford. And so that might be something to try. You know.
Yeah.
No.
Now, what is the card? Why do you need that card? I mean, what does it
Because
do?
I need the EFI boot ROM so I can install Mojave or Catalina. I can't install it because my current video card doesn't have the ROM. And I can't see the boot screen until the light driver's loaded. And so if something goes wrong, I can't change to another operating system because I can't see the boot screen. So that's the reason why we need to get the right card with the EFI boot ROM so we can just go right in. If something goes wrong, when you boot the computer, hold down the Alt key and then choose another operating system to go into. If the one that by default is stuck or hangs or is non-responsive. And that's why.
Oh, okay.
This makes sense. Yeah. So, but the thing that bothers me though with Ed is he says to me things like, you spend too much money on the computer, yada, 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 yada. And he spends a lot of money on his own stuff too. So it's like, well, are you picking on me when you're doing something similar? You buy, trains. And now, like you said, now I got too many and I don't know what to do with them all. I mean, all I want to do is keep playing my game. And I also looked to see if Derail Valley was available for the Mac, and it wasn't. So I was like, oh, well, that's not an option. So,
Now, why do you like the Mac versus a regular?
I like the interface.
Windows?
I like the way the Mac operating system works. The ability, it has ability for the handicap, built-in accessibility. It has large text readers. It has good fonts for disabled people. It's got a text to voice to speech system that doesn't sound like a robot. It sounds more like a human being. That's something the Apple Macs were known for before even PCs got into the speech department. The Macs were actually doing voicing. I like the convenience that everything's integrated with my phone, so I can copy pictures and stuff easily between my phone and my Mac. I do have some personal beefs with a few things, but first of all, yeah, it's integrated with iPhoto or photo and stuff, but exporting the photo from the video from iPhoto to Final Cut Pro is another whole step that takes a while to do, but it works. So it's just I just like the ecosystem. I enjoy the integration. Plus, we have Macs here. We have screen sharing features built in. So I could be using my MacBook on the desk or on the table where we're on the green screen and where the other green screen is, and I can still access OBS from that one and control everything from that's on OBS on this one from that one. So it makes remote monitoring, remote testing a lot easier. Yeah. So that's what makes it easier for me. Synchronizes everything, calendars integrated from my phones to the. It's a whole ecosystem. It's not just an application, one operating system that just does a few things. Windows, unfortunately, does too in its own way, but it's less integrated. Because you got a million options in Windows, a lot of shareware programs come up, a lot of viruses, Trojans, spyware, spam is right around the corner, ready to bite you without you knowing it. A lot of the times it's just easier to work with the Mac because it has a lot of the features that you need third-party programs in Windows to do is built right into the machine software. And never mind the fact the machine looks cool. That's kind of nice, yeah. but it's the environment itself that's cool. I mean, the fact is, I got a 2009 Mac Pro that has been a solid performer. Is still performing very well. I even did a tarot reading on it. This machine is proud to serve. This machine is happy. This machine is content. This machine feels, like it's the top of the world because it feels useful. I did a reading on the MacBook. The MacBook feels sad. And the reason's simple. Because when I read it in the card, it feels inadequate. And that kind of made me sad because it's like, but I chose you out of all the different MacBooks out there because you look nice. And you do serve. But I think sometimes the MacBook feels kind of like, oh, I'm not being used as much as I could be. Well, that's true. You're not. But that's not because it's not your fault. So I know that sounds, some people say, well, stop putting emotions on software and hardware. But all my life, I've always believed things had emotions in their own way. Let me give you an example. There are some people who use computers. Okay, let's just say two people, same training, same skill set. One guy sits down at the computer. The computer totally refuses to work with that person. Fights him every inch of the way. Okay? He gets mad at the computer. He starts slapping it around, beating it up because he's upset that the computer can't even do what it's supposed to do. The other guy or girl sits down at the computer. The machine purrs like a kitten and is doing a fantastic job. Now, they're both trained in the same software. They're both trained in the same environment. But the computer doesn't like to work with the first person, but loves working with the second person. I noticed that, and I mean, I've seen that all my life, that there's this kind of emotional thing where some software and some hardware like one person and hates other people. My mom used to see that too. She used to tell me, this computer hates me, or this mixer doesn't work, my sewing machine hates my guts, And I sit there and I'm like using it and I'm like doing better, and I'm like, oh, well, okay. Yeah, you're right. Maybe something about your personality machine just finds grating. So my mom would sense it too, that there were some devices that just seemed to have a personality that only like to work with certain people.
So your mom
you're
was into
absolutely
computers
right. Actually,
too?
Ed is his computer feels scared. His Chromebook feels scared. Like he's gonna. I mean, it feels good. It feels it's been redeemed and been given as a second life after the public school system basically retired it. But it feels scared, like like it's. I mean, almost like it feels like it's a battered wife syndrome. It's like, oh, and I'm always.
Wait, you said that the computer was scared?
I read the tarot cards on the computer, and his computer is scared. It's like it's afraid. It's afraid of Ed. It's doesn't feel happy working with Ed. Yeah, I did that
okay.
I did that about 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days or a day ago. I did a reading on his Chromebook. I mean, in one sense, it's thankful that it feels it has a new life, but it feels afraid.
Wait, isn't that your Chromebook?
No, that's his.
Oh,
He
has
was
his
using
own.
my MacBook for a while before he got the Chromebook. He bought the Chromebook.
Oh, okay.
Well, his computer is an older Chromebook, but in one sense, it feels grateful to finally be put back to work. But at the same time, it feels, I'm afraid to make mistakes. And of course, Ed is like Ed's like a ham-fisted ogre. He doesn't get some things about computers. That's why he's always yelling for me to fix things. And I mean, some people say that's impossible. Sorry, I don't think so. Even the Japanese culture talks about the same thing, that inanimate objects have emotions and feelings. And I see it in everything I walk around, maybe a light switch, a television, a radio, whatever, anything. I mean, even though it's very simple emotional states. I sense it in electronics and mechanical devices. Like I got a can opener that absolutely hates Ed, kind of hates me, but kind of works for me. He can't use it because every time he tries to use a can opener, it keeps not opening his cans for him. And I get it. It's kind of fights me a little bit, but it's like, come on, just open the can, okay? Let's just get this done. I don't want to argue today with a can opener. Just get this tomato sauce open, all right? And then, of course, it finally does. It's almost like it kind of gradually goes, yeah, I'll open the can. You know, it's interesting.
Well, I think their theory is that if anything can be like an energy transductor or whatever that word is, like anything that can hold energy has, some type of a soul or something.
And also, let's not forget that whoever built the object, some of the residual energy from them is in that product that they built.
Yeah.
For example,
you have to ask yourself, Michelle, though, even if you believe that these things have souls or emotions or anything like that,
I don't know. I don't really know if they have souls. I mean, people talk about cars having souls. Maybe they do, but maybe they're very simple souls. But I do believe that they certainly have some essence in them. How you doing, McHenry? How's it going?
Hey, Cruiser.
It's McHenry Cruiser. Why don't you come on the panel? Why don't you come on the panel?
No pressure.
Let's get him on the panel. Why not? And I know it's hard to understand. But I've always.
Do you watch any of Cruiser's? Do you watch any of Cruiser's videos,
watch some
Michelle?
Streams. Yeah, I do. I watch the streams.
Yeah.
I watch his streams. I did a tarot card reading for him, by the way, on his channel.
Oh, you did?
He was wondering where his channel direction should go. And I did a reading on him. And how he said he was thinking about going back to the drama community. The tarot cards don't suggest that at all. In fact, they said, you need to come up with a different direction. And like I said, like an Andy Rooney kind of piece, satiring modern life would be fantastic for Cruiser. There's things in the modern world that seriously you can poke fun at. I do that here on the show on occasion. I'm not as good as Andy Rooney was, but at least you can sometimes see me poking fun of some things that I find absolutely annoying.
Did you hear that, you know who Dave Chappelle is, right? He's a comedian.
I know the name, yeah.
He's in trouble with, he put out this new special, what's it called? The Closer, I think it's called. It's a new one, new comedy special. And I guess he took some jabs at the LGBTQ community. And now they're all in an uproar over him.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I haven't seen it. No, I have heard of some of the stuff that the LGBTQ community are very sensitive about.
Mm-hmm.
But
I haven't watched the thing to find out what exactly.
Right, I didn't either, so I can't say. But they do have a lot of valid reasons to be sensitive, whatever he was said, because the LGBT community, up until around the 1980s, it was never really had much positive support from anybody, because they were so new. Now you got the intersex hermaphrodite community that are just starting to get recognition, and they're trying to explain that it's just the way we are. We're built that way. It doesn't make us bad people. It's just the way we are. Because for a long time, I do remember what I've read about what happened over there is, oh my God, was it Stonewall in 1969 with the anti-gay policies, and that really permeated throughout the community for over 20 years, actually more like 11 years, where people did not want to deal with homosexuality at all. And so it was in the 1980s that finally the homosexual LGBT community finally came out and felt comfortable enough to start coming out of the closet. I'll just say this right now: there's nothing wrong with two consenting adults. Whatever they want to do with the relationship is between them, and then
Right.
everybody else
I
should
believe
just
that
accept that there
who
are
you
people.
love and how you live your life, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, it's nobody's business.
Right, as long as it's consensual between two adults, and then there should be no problem with it. I mean, they fought hard to get rid of the stigma, and they have achieved it. Today, there are many people in the LGBT community that are very well received and accepted as artists, performers. For example, Ellen DeGeneres, you know, I guess you can say me too, MicheleMarieDalene, right? Because I'm a lesbian, transgender, hermaphrodite. Actually, hermaphrodite, anyway, not transgender. But sometimes they get them mixed up too. Are you intersex, hermaphrodite, transgender, or something else? So there's a lot of misunderstanding about the transgender community versus hermaphrodite versus intersex. I mean, the medical hermaphrodite is someone who has full sets of both, but intersex is a range of from the middle full sets of both to mostly one or mostly the other. And it doesn't matter because unless you're my partner, unless you're living with me, unless I'm dating you, it doesn't matter what I've got down there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect your life. You know, I'm not going to magically turn you. I'm not going to magically turn you into something you're not. Never mind that there's ethics in my faith system that would say that is totally an anathema wrong to do that. I mean, if but that was a fear, a stupid fear back in the 70s that if you hang out with people that were gay, then you were going to become gay. No, that's not necessarily the case at all. I feel like Elvis is on his final day. I need to drink more water. Well, yeah, you need to keep up with the. You need to drink more water.
That's not good, Cruiser.
Yeah, you don't want to get too dehydrated. Definitely don't get too dehydrated. You know, I know you try to put out a lot of good content out there, but don't forget to listen to your body. Obey your body. Your body says I need water. Drink water. If your body says you want ice cream, well, maybe you can negotiate with your body a little bit better. Maybe go halfway. You know, say, well, do we have to eat that super thick, super premium Haagen-Dazs, or can we get the store brand? You know, but obey your thirst. Definitely obey your hunger. You know, don't wear yourself out unnecessarily. I mean, if it does happen, but you don't really need to do that. How you doing, Tiger Kitty? You gonna come on the panel? It's Blazing Leo's on here today with me. Yeah, so.
Oh, you said Tiger Kitty?
Tiger Kitty. Tiger Kitty. Yeah.
And my body says to go back to bed, but I got stuff to do.
Yeah. So, if Ed's gonna go to the package store later on, I'm gonna definitely say go in the afternoon before it gets dark, because this crazy unsettled weather is a real concern. You know, because the weather is just totally out to lunch even here. So I say we're having a thunderstorm, but I don't even hear any thunder. And you think I would hear it with these headphones and this microphone. Well, maybe it's not occurring in your immediate area. Yeah, it might be. So let me ask you another question. Okay, back to the Red Foreman topic. Okay, he says that YouTube is not a job. I asked him to define what a job was, and it's like he couldn't clarify a job. What do you think a job is?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I would think a job is something that you bring income to support yourself. So whatever you need to do, I guess, is prostitution really a job? Not to me or you, but to the hookers who put food on their table.
Yeah.
It's how they bring in income.
Yeah.
So, I don't really put like stipulations on a job. Everybody's got to do what they got to do. And, this is a way that you can bring in extra income. And you want to call it a job, I don't have no problem with that.
I would say it's a sideline. I wouldn't say it's my primary source of income. If you were to say that to me, this isn't your primary source of income, I would say, you're right, it's not. But it does offset the costs associated with everyday living.
Right. Now, if someone were to say it's a career, maybe I might have a little bit of an argument there. I guess some people can make YouTube into a career, but...
Hey, exactly. I see this as a start of, not the career. It's a step into it. I'm not saying I'm going to do YouTube for the rest of my life until I'm dead and buried. I might, but that doesn't mean I'm exactly calling it a career. It doesn't say on my business cards, YouTube content creator. Although it do say in some of the applications I filed. But anyway. So I don't think it's a bad situation. Because people kept telling me over and over on YouTube, why don't you get a job? Well, I kind of do have one. And that's why I see YouTube as a job. It's a step towards a career. It's not the career. The social influencers out there on YouTube with the hundreds of thousands of subscribers, people probably first saw them starting to do their job, and they probably said, you're not going to make money on YouTube. Look at PewDiePie. Look at some of the other big guys. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is a good example of this. Mr. Beast.
Does PewDiePie still stream?
I still think he does, but I might be wrong about that.
I used to watch his show, the one where they tried to scare him. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I do.
I think it was called Scare PewDiePie, or I don't know. But then some crap went down, and they took him off the show and they put somebody else on it.
Yeah,
I liked him on it. He was fun to watch.
Well, the same thing is true with Asmongold. Asmongold is a gamer on Twitch and YouTube. Okay, to my knowledge, that's his primary source of income. So it's a job, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But when he started out,
YouTube,
people looked at him like, you think you're going to make money on YouTube playing World of Warcraft? Boy, he sure proved them wrong, didn't he?
Well, yeah, and all those people that make money playing Minecraft, I think that's one of the most boringest games in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Minecraft isn't really... Okay, someone say the thing about the World of Warcraft, too. I'll be honest, and it can get boring. Especially when you're doing the game all by yourself, and you're trying to do... But remember, there's an interesting angle to my World of Warcraft playing. I'm registered blind. I'm trying to do dungeons with eyesight that is atrocious. I'm trying to not get lost, trying to watch all these screens, all this data come flying at me like supersonic F-15 fighter jets. I'm not, and I have to go through this and weed it out, figure out which piece of data I need right now. Where's this person? Where's that person? Where am I on the map? Or, is anything about gameplay. And yet at the same time, I'm trying to keep a YouTube channel running at all. Thus, I'm like the guy you see at the talent show that's juggling plates while trying at the same time to do a dance jig. How do you do that? I mean, let's put it this way: you're going to start with a lot of broken plates at first because you're going to have to start learning how to synchronize everything together. And dungeons are a challenge, but I want to try to challenge. What the sad truth is that the other players in the World of Warcraft realm don't know I'm registered blind. They don't know who I am. So all they see is a dungeon group, because there's a random dungeon finder. All I know is I'm another person that's going to join the group. They don't know nothing about me.
Right.
So I have to try to keep up with them. And that's a challenge. Michelle,
Yeah,
it's
how
hard
is it
work
that
to
you
entertain
can
us.
play it with your vision being so bad?
Well, we'll show you what. I'll show you how I play it without playing it. I'll show how close I am to the screen.
Yeah, so you can see it, right?
I can see it. I can see a few sections about right here. This is about my angle view right here. So I'm like looking over here, like right now I'm looking here, or I'm looking at the chat over here, or I'm looking at the chat over here, I'm looking at this over here. I have to jump back and forth between all those things. And what people don't realize is she's doing all that, plus doing live streaming, plus reading chat in the live streams, and sometimes phone calls, or not phone calls, but panels. How's she doing that? How can...
That is true.
That's a lot of work. And you're doing that at the same time you're trying not to die in a dungeon or die in a combat. So sometimes that's why I need to basically say I can't look at the chat right now because I'm right in the middle of a combat. I got to get the combat done first. Prioritize.
Right.
Right,
I get it.
If you're getting beaten up, you're not going to have time to sit there and go... I mean, I don't even think Aspen Gold even can see all of his comments. They're flying off his screen so fast. But, but the point is that the people who see me doing it in person, they're like, how are you doing that? That's insane. I can't even see how you can keep up with all this. And that's something that when people say, well, gee, it's not a job. But then they don't realize this. Well, but then again, look all the work she's putting into it. It's not a hobby either.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
I don't even see too much McHenry Cruiser right now. Because Red Foreman says Cruiser stopped the Kratom addict. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Oh, does he do Kratom?
I have no idea. I don't know what that is. I don't even know.
I know Noodles used to do it.
What is it? Is that like smoking your own poop?
No, that's... No, Kratom is, it's kind of like another... I guess kind of like marijuana.
Oh, okay.
But people use it for pain, I think. I haven't looked too much into it. Maybe Red knows.
Well, maybe McHenry Cruiser himself can explain exactly what it is. What exactly is it? Why don't you come on the panel, Cruiser? Why don't you come on the panel? I mean, I'd love to hear from you and talk to you a little bit. I know... After all, we can have as far as I know, we can have as many as 10 people on the panel. Not that I really want to have 10 people. That's a bit much.
Yeah, I don't like big panels. I feel like people talk over each other.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like methadone.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see who's going to come on now. Let's get him on here. Now this is a challenge right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I have to look for the cursor. Found it. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing good. Yeah.
I'm doing
Hey,
all right.
Cruiser.
How's it going?
Did you ever get the glue for the ears? Did you ever buy the glue to hold the ears on?
Not yet, because I've been wearing the old ears.
They still have the glue on
but
them,
I will.
yeah.
I'm gonna go to the store today.
You might want to
get
seriously tone the ears. I'm talking about the new ears to match your skin tone because you're pretty tanned.
Yeah.
So what I would do is, if you know anything about makeup or cosmetics and theatrical work, see if you can find some latex ear compatible colorant to color the new ears so that it match closer to your skin tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah, good idea. Get that.
By the way, your ears are much more firmer cartilage than mine are. My ears sag because my cartilage on my ears are weak.
I got small ears. I got small, firm ear. I'm a fan of my ears. I like my ears.
Well, the firm is the key. You need the firm ears to hold ears straight up.
Yeah.
I got big ears like satellite dishes. Trust me.
Oh boy.
Like satellite dishes.
Unfortunately, my low noise black amplifier sucks.
Oh,
I love the way that came out. And captions: low noise black amplifier sucks. Let me see that again. Low noise black No, let me say it over here. Say it right. Low noise black amplifier feed horn. That's actually what it is. It's LNBF. Low noise black amplifier feed horn. All right. That came out better. So, who's laying the who? Yeah, my ears are squishy. It's just the way they are. I don't think anyone ever expected someone to hang an elf ear on top of squishy ears. Well, people like the ears, though. I think they're cute. So, what do you think of the new ears versus the old ears?
I don't know if I could wear ears that big.
It's not really that bad. Although I do admit, doing your hair is kind of hard with them on, though. So what's your personal detailed opinion on the ears, Cruiser?
I like the ears. I don't know. They open up my mind. They give me a certain energy when I'm making a video with them on. And I like the quirkiness of the ears. I think it suits my personality. I like the ears,
Would you ever wear them when, like, one of your stand-up comedian type?
Sure.
Good question.
Yeah.
Oh, would you?
Sure.
Would you ever wear the ears 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
Probably not that often because, I don't know. But on streams, videos, stand-up, like anything where I'm, like, putting on a show, I'd wear the ears.
Yeah, the ears will probably last you a couple of years. I wear them every day, so they get beat up after a while.
Are your ears sensitive like Michelle's? Like, if Ed caresses her ears, it stimulates her. Do your ears do that for you?
I'm not sure because I have sexual activity so little that it's so long in between that I forget. I just forget all about it until it happens. So
you have to try that next time.
Yeah, they are sensitive. You should. Skunk Ape says you should sell balls that stick to your chin. Well, what kind of balls are you talking about, Skunk Ape?
Skunk Ape always talks about his balls.
Oh. You mean you want him to look like Peter Griffin, right? Peter Griffin looks like he has 2 testicles hanging out of his chin. Seriously.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Hey, I got 2 sets of testicles. 1 up here, 2 down there.
Does that make him more of a man if he's got 2 pairs of balls?
That's more testosterone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kratom contains a chemical called Mitral-agramine works by opioid drugs such as codeine and morphine to relieve pain. Okay.
So you really do kratom then, Cruiser?
Yeah, but not for pain. I use it before, like an hour before I go jog, and it makes me like feel good, and it gives me energy, gives me euphoria.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if I'm jogging or if I'm like trying to do a video or something like that,
Does it help you with your life? Does it help you with your standard routines too? Because you mentioned that you have issue with anxiety.
It makes me happy. You know, I don't know if it does anything for anxiety. I take anxiety medication already for anxiety, but it makes me feel good. I'll tell you that much.
So did you get a prescription from your doctor for that, or?
Kratom? No, it's legal in my state, and I get it from a guy in Indonesia. I get a farmer, and you know, I get a good deal on it.
Oh, it's legal in your state?
But it's not legal. It's illegal in my state. It's not legal everywhere. You got to check your laws.
Paul wants to join us. Good morning. How you doing, Paul?
Morning.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much. Just the morning
Just
show.
do heroin.
What's that?
I don't think Red said for him to just do heroin. I think heroin would be a worse choice.
Oh, it's why would you tell anyone to do that? That's fucked up.
I think heroin would be.
Yeah,
I think heroin would be a very bad idea.
Who's it telling to do heroin?
He's trying to get Cruiser off of kratom.
Oh, he must not like you at all, Cruiser. If he's telling you,
I guess. My neighbor from when I grew up as a kid, he died of a heroin overdose as an adult.
Yeah, I don't know why Red would tell anyone to do heroin. That's
heroin
fucked up.
is not a good stuff to mess
Red must
with.
not like you, Cruiser.
Hmm.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, kratom's not so bad. I don't know why it's got like such a bad rap. I know plenty of people who use it.
It's more natural, right? That was my impression.
And that's legal in California, you're saying?
Yeah, it's illegal.
Okay.
In my state. Now, it's not legal in everybody's state. Check your laws if you're going to
Right.
use
Check
I
your
think
local laws. Just like
legal
Mary Jane
in
is not
New
legal
York,
in Connecticut,
too, or
so
New
it's
Jersey.
decriminalized, but that doesn't mean it's legal in Connecticut. So,
it.
but if you're in Colorado, smoke all you want. Don't make more. Trust me.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's a bad thing, Red. I mean, Cruiser is his own person. He can decide if he needs to quit or not. But telling him to do heroin probably isn't the best solution there. You know, I suggest maybe just work out. But I mean, you know, each his own.
I do jog. I mean, I hate weightlifting. I used to do that. I did that over a decade, but I hate it now. You know?
Yeah, it can get a bit tedious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what would be cool for you, Cruiser? Since you go jogging, put the ears on when you're jogging. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, you're nice and sweaty and
jiggle.
have a good interaction with the glue. Yeah, that's a great idea.
I mean, I love watching my characters when they're running. The ears jiggle and they're so cute. And like I did it too. And my real ears do jiggle pretty good with the ears on.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
I get a lot of compliments locally in my area with my ears on.
So I don't think it's good to wear those ears all the time, physically or mentally. I don't think it's healthy.
Well, I took them off I took them off this morning briefly because I had to comb my hair. So, I didn't refresh the glue.
Maybe give them a couple days off. Let your ears breathe naturally. You know,
they breathe naturally. They get plenty of air. Trust me, because the glue right now isn't really sticking right now because I didn't refresh the glue. So there's lots of gaps for the airs to get breathing.
I bet it smells like cheese under those ears.
Oh God. Cruiser, how far do you run?
I run for an hour, so I don't know the distance. Probably about 4 or 5 miles, maybe, or 4.5 miles. Yeah.
You just do a bunch of kratom and go.
I do an hour after I take my kratom is when I go jogging. That's when it hits me the hardest. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we know that kratom isn't the reason for his recent uptick in his schizophrenia? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I'll let him answer that.
Because I've been taking kratom over a year now, and I, my schizophrenia always gets bad. Like every time I'll raise my medication, I'll change it. Like a year later, the schizophrenia hits me again. That happens with all schizophrenics. You just gotta change medication up.
I mean, I get depression. I mean, I do get depression. It's not really bad, but I sometimes get really depressed. I don't know if I would go through with that.
Well, that's a little bit different than schizophrenia.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, I'd say a lot
it's very different than schizophrenia. I know that. It's very different.
Oh, well, then why are you... Michelle, you going to the store today? You getting your supplies ready for tonight, Michelle? You hitting the store today?
We're going to have to go between 2 and 4 because it's not going to be raining between 2 and 4. So...
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Go to the store, get you some food, get you a nice bottle of wine. Have a nice show tonight.
Yeah, well, we were thinking about trying the Boone's Farm wine because it's not.
That's terrible, Michelle. No,
she's looking for a wine that doesn't have high alcohol in it, and she doesn't drink, so I think that's a good wine for her.
No,
it's got a good taste to it.
That's literally juice. That's literally.
But it still has alcohol in it.
It still has alcohol in it,
and it will affect her.
Remember also, Schmickel,
I doubt that.
You also have to remember, I also have a defective liver too, so you don't want to get me too drunk because my liver may not be able to handle it.
Boone's Farm. Come on, don't get Boone's Farm. It's a waste of money.
Get Boone's Farm, Michelle. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, that's a waste. Nobody drinks Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm it's a good light alcohol, and it's cheap.
Right. And as I said, I already have a defective liver from genetically defective liver, so I don't want to get something that's too...
You don't use your liver at all. Your liver is completely fine, Michelle.
What do you have, Michelle? Do you have a fatty liver?
I don't know, but I have hypolipidemia.
That's what she's saying. Michelle, your liver's just
in other words,
fine.
my LDL is, which is good cholesterol, is very low. It's like 25. My HDL is low. It's like 100, 89. My triglycerides are high. So I don't know.
Are you on medication?
I'm on Niaspan for that.
Oh. You should get yourself some Omega Red. It's a vitamin that helps with that triglyceride.
Right. Yeah, Omega Reds. I do take a woman's daily supplement, but sometimes I forget to take it.
I'm calling her right now.
Yeah, I don't.
That's why I don't.
Box wine. No. After we tried Franzia in college, no.
What?
No. Franzia red wine was so. I'm sorry.
Well, you get white wine, Michelle. You're a woman. Most women drink white wine anyway.
I drink red.
I used to drink red too. That's my favorite.
Yeah, my mom drinks red. Everybody I know prefers red.
Well, it depends on what you're eating with that. I mean, if you're eating red meat, it makes sense to drink red wine. If you're eating chicken and fish, it's best to drink white. So right now we're talking about possibly not be eating at all. But if we do eat, what kind of wine do you drink if you're a vegetarian? I still haven't figured that out yet.
Any wine you want. It's not made of vegetables. It's made out of grapes and fruits.
I know it's that.
Sugar. Yeah, so it doesn't matter what kind of wine you drink as a vegetarian.
Well, see, the red wine is good because it has tannic acid, which helps to break down the proteins in meat.
Which one are you going to get, Michelle? Red or white? Oh wait, you can't get that in Boom Farms. You have to get like blue Hawaiian or like purple grape or something. Some weird ghetto shit.
I like the strawberry field. I think it's Strawberry Fields or Strawberry Hills. Bloom Farm.
Well, Skynet paid you $10, Michelle, so you should probably be able to get about 3 or 4 bottles with that.
Yeah, but remember that $10 is going to be paid to me on the 21st. So I already have cash though, so it's good.
Yeah, well, it's like you already have it, so yeah, no excuses there. No excuses there.
This last night was, as you said, was a long stream. I honestly, I got 2 monkey songs that took all my monetization, and like I said, it's just too bad that YouTube doesn't have a way that you can negotiate with the copyright holder and actually buy a license as a one-stop shop, or at least where they can give you the contact information, who to reach out to.
Well, again, Michelle, you made $10 opposed to like 30 cents, so I think you came out ahead.
Yeah.
Opposed to so like,
unless
really,
you give the $10 to the copyright holder.
Michelle, you should really focus on your content more, Michelle, and less about worrying about monetization all the time. I know Stan was talking to you about this yesterday. You just gotta, if you really want to grow your channel, focus on your content. Make your channel better. Make it fun again, like it was before.
So,
let loose a little
Cruiser,
bit.
have you thought about seriously putting on the ears while you're jogging and see what happens? I'm talking about the ones that are staying on because of the glow residuals. I mean, just for the heck of it.
I don't know if they would stay on his ears, get sweaty, and they might fall off.
Those ears are magic. I'm sure they'd make him faster, make him more aerodynamic as well. I feel you should put the ears on when he jogs.
I would like. I don't.
Well, I ran with the ears on, and those ears, and they stayed on fine. So, I mean,
you don't run, Michelle.
Cruiser's trying to respond to you.
You don't run.
I would like if I'm going to be around people, I'll wear the ears. But when I'm jogging, there's like barely anybody that's going to pass by me. So it feels pointless to wear something that attention grabbing when I know I'm not going to get any attention.
You'll get people's attention, trust me. I wear them out in public every day, and people always tell me they love the ears. So,
really?
Yes.
When was the last time someone told you that?
I haven't even gotten anyone that says, I hate your ears, you're ugly. I never got that. I always get, I love your ears, they're so cool. I'm like, thanks.
When's the last time someone told you that, Michelle, and where were you?
I was going to Cumberland Farms, and it was about 2 days ago. And the woman came up to
2
me and
years
said,
ago,
I love your ears.
They're so
awesome.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you get that all the time, huh?
I get that all the time.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, I mean, but, probably just wear them around the house, maybe.
Yeah, well, like I said today, we're gonna go down to the package store. At least I know Ed's gonna want his beer. I really seriously don't think he should be blowing his money on Instacart. That's just ridiculous. Tiger Kitty wants to come on the panel. Let's get her on here.
Instacart.
Good morning. How you doing, Tiger Kitty?
I'm doing very well, thanks. I just need to make an announcement about the Christmas party tonight on Michelle's channel. We will be kicking off. We'll be kicking off slowly about 7 o'clock. You can wear what you want, but Christmas dress or Christmas apparel would be appreciated. And Cruiser, you are welcome to join the MicheleMarieDalene's Christmas party tonight.
And don't forget also the convocation
Michelle will
in 9
be buying
days.
a bottle of wine for herself, and we're all just going to have our own, alcohol, obviously.
What are you drinking, Tiger Kitty?
I can only drink beer.
You drink beer?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to drink anything else. I've got kidney disease. But I will have some beers. I think Ed was going to do a little section on, he has a little presentation on some trains at one point.
Let's make sure we get that set up beforehand, Michelle.
Yeah. I'm doing a song.
Let's just hope this time we can get him set up so we don't have the major echo chamber effect.
Right. Let's get it.
Get it all together before we go on so we don't have to fiddle with any modulations or
I'm singing a song, Soft Kitty, Pretty Kitty, Little Ball of Fur.
Aw.
Yeah,
Purr, purr, purr.
I've been practicing a little bit. Red has been helping me out. I just wonder what you're doing, Schmuckle Cat and Leo.
Well, Red Foreman suggested heroin today for getting off of the kratom, so I think I'm going to try and go out and score a bunch of black tar heroin.
Hell yeah,
You know, maybe give that a go for the first time on
I
the
don't
Christmas
know.
party tonight.
You know, Tiger Kitty, I didn't know there was a party. This is the first I've heard of it because I tuned out of the show
It
yesterday.
only got arranged last night.
It kind of came up last night as a plan. That's why.
So what do you think I should do, Tiger Kitty?
I don't know. I mean, you could put your camera on and do a little dance or whatever you want. I mean,
I could cam up. I don't know what else I could do though. I mean,
you could cam up and you could like do a.
Well, just remember, majority of the time we don't actually show the panels on the streams. Most of the time, so people don't really see what you guys are doing.
You can if you want.
Which was good because last night Paul showed some stuff on camera that was really grossing me out. I won't go into details. Involving two snapping turtles and a live rat. All right.
Michelle, I'd love to wear my birthday suit, but I can't get all the wrinkles out.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the point is that you know, Michelle said we actually are going to have a gathering as best we can. Also, it looks like it's going to snow on the convocation night.
Michelle, are you going to do any
tonight?
Are you going to do any Christmas music tonight? Are there any copyright?
I don't know.
Christmas
I think that Skynet or Paul said they were going to look for music where you can share the copyright. I'm not.
Yeah, we can do that, Michelle. We can get some non-copyright Christmas music going for you. Hell yeah. We did. Remember we did last year, Michelle? We had our Christmas on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We played Christmas music, and that turned out just fine, right? We can do that again. Get you some non-copyright Christmas music going. Yeah. I'll make a playlist or something today, and you can play that.
Okay, so Red, you've got, you know, a good 7 hours to practice whatever you're going to do.
Speaking of Christmas,
Red's just going to be in chat.
Yeah. When is Christmas Day? What day of the week is that?
3 weeks from today, or 2 weeks from today, Michelle. 2 weeks from today.
Christmas Day lands on.
Again, Michelle, 2 weeks from today is Christmas.
Right.
2 weeks. Yeah, it's Saturday.
It's on Saturday.
Yes.
So what we could do on Discord on Saturday is we could put some Christmas movies on Discord.
There you go.
So,
there's this one I like. It's called Spreading Joy.
Just get something
about a young boy.
and put
You're
that
allowed
on
to
there.
invite people to the party, by the way. More the merrier. So,
yeah, get the word out.
Get word out. Christmas party.
Yes.
I'll do my best. Yeah.
You gonna join us, Cruiser, tonight on panel? Or
maybe we'll at least in chat. We'll see.
All right, fair enough.
Watch all the Michelle's shows.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'd love to have you on
Get yourself some beers.
All right.
You're a fun guy, Cruiser. Wish you come on panel more. You know, you're nice and chill and relaxed. You have.
I
good
can't
inputs.
drink. I'll die. Listen, a friend of mine just died mixing alcohol and pills. So
don't drink. We don't need that on our show.
Oh yeah, you can do whatever. Just do some kratom, bro, and hang out. You know.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Just do some kratom.
Or do what Red said. Get some heroin.
No. We do not condone that. We're not doctors or drug dealers on this show. We're not going to condone heroin. We don't work for the cartel. YouTube's going to have our necks.
So let's see. Sweet Pauline says, hello, Michelle and John. How you doing? New person says hello tonight.
Pauline.
What a name.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, the thing is that yeah, there's Christmas movies coming out now on Tubi. So maybe Crackle.
Oh, God.
So maybe that might be something for Discord for Christmas Day. It's just pull on the Christmas movies from the Christmas channel or something, you know.
Oh, Leo or Schmecklecat, you need to announce in Discord about the Christmas party. I thought you'd have already done that.
Well, I just heard about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You're okay.
I figured everyone who would know. Yeah, we'll say something about it.
Yes, just can you make an announcement, please? I'm new to Discord, so I'm not doing it.
Fair enough.
Right now, I didn't even have breakfast yet. I'm getting a little peckish over here. I gotta eat something. Yeah.
Grab something. Well.
So the thing is, show's done pretty good. It's 11:39. I don't know how many people we have on here right now, but we're doing okay today. Yeah, we're doing okay. We didn't hit any peaks. Really, the closest we got to 10.
Michelle, you had 11 people watching when I tuned in, Michelle.
That's Jim from last night still here.
I think you were over 10 today. What the fuck is there to get into today?
Oh, Red. Red's going to wear his Santa hat.
All right.
See?
Don't forget also the convocation is going to be on Monday at 7 o'clock.
That's in 2 weeks. That's not this Monday, Michelle. That's the week. It's a week from Monday.
It's 9 days from now.
Right. It's a week from Monday.
Right. So
right.
The cool thing is that there's going to be a couple things that we can do on that day besides the convocation itself. Is maybe we can throw some more tarot cards out there and see what happens. Because we're certainly burning plenty of incense already.
You should throw it on the incense, Michelle, while it's burning, as well as the candles.
Yeah.
I just announced it in Michelle's Discord.
Yeah, I see it.
Michelle.
Bring your own bottle.
Michelle.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's very good.
It'll be fun. I'm sure it'll be fun. Are you going to do phone calls tonight, Michelle?
Me? I don't know. Normally we do on Saturday anyway, so.
Yeah. How could you not, right, Michelle? How could you not?
Yeah, maybe somebody will call in and wish you some Christmas cheer.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Well,
So anyway, what started yesterday's Downward and Sour stream was I have a solution for that. Like I said at the beginning, I don't think I actually heard all the streams, so I'll just recap real quick. There is an NVIDIA GTX 640 card with 2 gigabytes of RAM that will give me, let's test the Mackie if I boot RAM. So theoretically, drop that in there, and theoretically, I should be able to upgrade to Catalina, and then maybe I can put the other video card in there too, so that we can actually so we can use the other card.
Who's calling? Is that you, Michelle?
Hello, my back. Can you guys hear me?
I mean, that's what the modem was
my
saying.
AOL went out, sorry.
Did you ever listen to the modem saying in the beginning? It says, yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo. That's what someone was saying. Yoo-hoo.
Michelle, again, why are you willing to spend $200-300 on a new video card so you can play World of Warcraft?
I don't have to spend a $200 or $300 card. I'll explain that to Blazing Leo. If I just go ahead and put that GT640 in for $119,
okay,
I can then mail. Then I can mail the other card out to a guy who can flash my existing card with the updated ROM image.
Michelle, that sounds like a waste of time and money. Again, you're getting the card so you can play World of Warcraft, but you're already able to play World of Warcraft. So what's the point in getting?
I'm able to play because right now the software is still working, but they're not.
I think she says she can't update her game. Is that what it was, Michelle?
No,
you're not able to update.
The game is automatically updated every time I play it.
It updates.
But
So
what
one
were you
day
saying
it's going to
about
get
certain-
updated to the point where it's not going to work anymore. And then,
Why do you think that though, Michelle? It's not Y2K is not happening. It's the program's it's not going to stop working.
It doesn't matter. Michelle has no choice. The Blizzard updates
You
the
do,
software automatically.
Right, but it's going to continue working for you, Michelle. It's not going to not work for you.
It's going to continue working until they release a version that doesn't work at all with my operating system.
Yeah, but who's going to say they're going to do that though? They don't have any plans on doing that. You're panicking and thinking about something that's more than likely not going to happen.
Let me read you exactly what it says when they boot the game. I'm just going to show you what it says on. Actually, both says in Classic, Burning Crusade, and the main version. So let me show you. It says here. Let me put it on the screen so you don't think I'm making this up here. Okay?
Let me okay, Michelle. Take your word for it.
Let me get this up here. Scene 3. Turn on display capture. Okay. Here we go. This is right here. This is a reminder that macOS 10.13.6 has entered the end of life stage as an operating system for World of Warcraft. The game will continue to run for a limited time. However, we are encouraging you to upgrade your operating system to macOS 10.15 as soon as possible. Please refer to the system's requirements. That gives a website. For more information on how to upgrade your Mac operating system, please go to this website, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
for further expansion of our Macintosh operating system guidelines, please refer to this website, blah, 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 blah. All right.
That's just operating. That's just your operating system, Michelle. That doesn't mean the guts inside of your computer. That
right.
Means the
problem is Michelle tried to go to the newer operating system, but because the video card doesn't have an EFI boot ROM, it won't let her upgrade the operating system until she gets a video card with the EFI boot ROM. So she has to get.
If you're going to spend all that money, Michelle, why don't you just buy a desktop computer and you won't have these problems?
Because it's going to cost more in the long run. Migration, updating, moving things from place to place. Michelle even thought about getting a Mac Mini, but it's still going to cost her just as much. Then she has to still reprint everything over, all the files. And if all she has to do is just, like I said, get a $119 card to start with, get the system to upgrade to Catalina, and then she can send her card, her other card out to a reflasher to reflash it. That's all she needs to do. Exactly. Okay. So why don't she just do that?
You know best, Michelle.
Yeah. Or like even Lumi suggested is maybe we can actually have both cards in the system at the same time. Yeah, but that's going to use a lot of power. Yeah, well, but maybe if the 640 works fine for what Michelle needs, maybe she doesn't need to have to put the other card in the machine. I mean, because it has DisplayPort, it has DVI, it has HDMI ports on it, and it's a single slot card. Amen. So it means you'll have actually an extra empty base slot laying around, not used for anything. Wow.
No.
Yeah, my day so far is okay.
Calling.
So yeah, maybe tonight we'll do some tarot reading also. I don't see why not.
Yeah, maybe get some drinks in you, Michelle, and do some tarot card readings. That'd be interesting.
That's when my mom did her best readings, believe it or not, Michelle, because it clears the mind. If you get a little bit of a buzz going on.
Yeah, and the spirits are more susceptible to you when they know that you have a bit of alcohol in you. They're a bit more subdusive, and
I don't think that's it.
They succumb to you a bit more, Michelle.
We don't even have any wine glasses. No, we don't. But
it's all right, Michelle. You don't need wine glass. Anything,
Michelle, man. Ghetto it. Just drink it from the bottle.
Michelle, literally anything that you pour
Michelle,
wine into is a wine glass.
You got the China cups. Yeah, I know.
Michelle, any glass you pour wine into is a wine glass, technically. Any glass is a wine glass. You just got to pour some wine in there.
Yeah. Anyways, what we can do is we're gonna set up both camera. I mean, we're gonna set up the green screen on the other one too, or just use the plain camera without the green screen on the other one.
So I drink my wine out of a jelly jar.
I don't think we have to go too crazy with that. I mean, sure, the table would be nice to have up the table because it can have the incense in one corner of it and cards, me on the other one, and
it's so cute that Michelle just said we don't even have any wine glasses. I found that really sweet.
Yeah.
She doesn't have wine glasses?
Yeah, of all the things to think of.
Yeah. We'll have to get her
just chucked it in a mug or something if we didn't have wine glasses.
No, see, you're already taking the wrong attitude with it, Leo. So, Leo, let it be. Doesn't need them.
Oh my God.
How often does Michelle drink wine?
Who cares if I want to buy her a set of wine glasses? Come on.
It's like literally
buy her a set. I'm sending Michelle.
I would love to buy her a set.
And
they're not expensive.
Getting a package from me next week.
Waste.
We're going to do a live opening.
On Christmas Day, right? Save your package for Christmas, kiddies?
Let's not forget that, as I said, Christmas Day is Saturday. I was thinking maybe a quick YouTube stream because it is Saturday night, but also during the daytime, maybe we'll play some movies from Crackle or Tubi on Discord. Christmas movies.
Should just download a couple, Michelle.
I don't have any way to necessarily download movies like that from YouTube, so we'll just use
right. I wasn't
just play them live from Tubi, or Crackle. So
there you go.
As long as the internet is willing to work with us, I think it'll work with you. Oh, by the way, we did download last night's live stream. It was over 4 gigabytes. Yeah, it was pretty big. So,
are you keeping it up on your channel, Michelle, or no?
Originally, I downloaded it so I could get rid of the music, but I don't know if I might not delete it. I don't know. I really don't know. It would be nice if the Sony would actually just allow me to buy a license to music so I don't have to keep fighting them all the time.
Well, there's an option on YouTube, Michelle, where you can just literally click it and they'll mute it for you automatically. You don't have to download it. You don't have to do it yourself.
I tried to do that myself, and you know what? It wouldn't give me that option because the stream was too long.
Oh, okay.
The stream was just way too long for them to do that. So
yeah, that's the main reason I don't like streaming on YouTube. There's just too many copyright rules, and I literally other places I stream, I can sit and watch movies and with my chat, watch TV with them, listen.
What other places are you talking about? Because YouTube is one of the major streaming platforms.
Oh, there's D Live, there's Twitch, there's a couple other places.
Twitch is a problem, but D Live I don't know about how they feel.
Twitch definitely isn't a problem, Michelle. Trust me, I do it almost every day. I sit and watch TV on it. I sit and watch movies. I listen to music. I've never had any problems. The only reasons I've got banned were completely different. They had nothing to do with music or movie.
It's just definitely different policies and different sites. D Live, I've never tried playing music on D Live.
Do it on Twitch sometime. Maybe you should do like a Twitch stream, Michelle. You can have all the music. Well, you can watch movies.
That's not a problem because Michelle
everybody.
Doesn't really have much of a Twitch presence anyway.
Well, that's why you have to build one up. Tell people, hey, you guys, we're doing this on, announce it on your YouTube. Do it on your Twitch. Don't do it on like 30 platforms at once. Just do it on the Twitch.
Well, what we could do is maybe tonight's show we will stream on all the platforms at the same time. Oh God.
That sounds like a bit. Let's just keep it simple, Michelle. Let's not do all that. That just sounds like a bunch of complications. You fiddling with a bunch of unnecessary shit.
Yeah.
Whenever
and you kind of take away your audience from your main stream too.
Yeah, let's just do it on the YouTube, Michelle, like as planned. There's no point in streaming to 30 different places at once when YouTube is where you get all your views anyway.
Pauline, you're right. YouTube is getting very picky.
And that's why I don't stream over here, Michelle, anymore. It's just way too much. I mean, unless you're doing what you're doing, just sitting and talking, constantly to people or talking about people, there's really nothing to do on YouTube as far as like stream or maybe go out and explore.
Right, exactly.
I'm not walking around Detroit
because of the draconian DMCA policies. DMCA, you like to screw your channel. DMCA, you're dead with us.
There's just not much to do on YouTube for streaming. It's kind of dead. I mean, you can play video games, but I mean, I just prefer to do what I do when YouTube doesn't offer me to do it. So I really don't like streaming on YouTube anymore.
Well, that's why I do the Silvermoon Radio on Discord, because Discord doesn't seem to care. And then
honestly, Michelle, with the music you play on your radio show, you could probably get away with it on YouTube. You don't really play anything current. I don't think you would really have too many copyright issues with the music that you played if you decided to do it on YouTube.
I don't know. She's been playing some pretty good music. The more recent stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we play.
The older stuff,
we try to shuffle around all the records. So
I think she was playing AC/DC one day. Was it AC/DC?
And Journey. We played Journey.
Michelle sang AC/DC on her channel.
But singing it is different.
She did a nice cover of it, and I feel that it's gone now because of that Nazi Monica who made her delete all those streams.
She didn't delete all of them. Some of them are actually still here, private. They've just not been made public.
We should public them back up, Michelle. I mean, your channel's not going to Michelle, again, that's what your channel was monetized on. I don't know why you had that huge panic and just decided to delete everything, but that's literally...
Well, I mean, it says limits in their ads. I mean, will we really benefit by making them? The problem was the reason why we did that was because the issue of when we got the strikes, which has nothing to do with the music at all. It had to do with covering controversial issues. And so she was concerned that some of the streams may actually be a little bit too insensitive for YouTube's stomach. So,
you think that YouTube would delete them on their own if that were the case, right?
They delete them. They did delete a few of them on their own, but we deleted a few more of our own too. That we felt, looking back at the streams when they were private, that they were still inappropriate. So.
Was that you or
I don't agree with that, Michelle. I don't agree with past people from your show thinking that certain streams you did were inappropriate, because they were fine back then. Why would they be any different now?
Well, the problem is YouTube's policies keep changing. They're like constantly changing.
Yeah, but they haven't changed. They haven't changed that much. I mean, yeah, they're a little bit stricter, but from what I've seen from your past streams, I don't think they were that bad.
Yeah.
I've seen way worse.
You weren't talking about coronavirus or anything then, Michelle? I don't get, you weren't telling anyone not to get vaccinated.
That's the thing is we do talk about the coronavirus even now, and people don't seem to make a big deal about it.
Right. Exactly. Like no one, I think it was just Monica having a power trip. She can't run her fucking family, so she has to come on here and try and run your show.
She's not the one who removed, for example, the stream where we're covering the situation with the person there that got shot there, that woman there that got shot in the protests that were upset at the fact that she was being wronged by the police because it was a stray bullet that hit her.
It's not fun.
And then they kept saying, YouTube kept saying as I was endorsing. Then they kept saying that I was endorsing suicide, and I was like, "What? I didn't say endorse suicide. That's not even what the stream is about." So we went through the streams with a fine-tooth comb to find out which areas in terms of service could the streams be infringing upon. And
weird, Michelle.
Somebody's watching me.
Where old Gary's bad? I don't know.
I don't know if I even know Gary.
I know a couple Garys that were pretty nice. I know a lot of male Michelles or the Michaels that were always getting themselves in trouble.
I only know one of them.
I don't know why that is.
I only know one of them.
Nobody trusts slugs.
Jesus, Monica, go fuck. Get out of here.
When am I done?
Get out of here. Scram. I need some coffee, Michelle. I'm gonna go grab some coffee real fast. I'll be back.
I think that's a good idea.
Like drown my daughter.
Oh my God.
I know. What a fucking heinous bitch. Fuck you, Monica.
So.
Jesus, Monica.
Oh, here's a cheater. Okay. Cheater and a body heater. Okay. Yeah. Somebody else's body, not yours. Keeping somebody else's body warm. Kind of sucks. Yeah. So he's a cheater but a body heater, but just not heating your body.
I was only with one cheater, and his name was Steve.
Okay.
My sister and I stabbed colors and had somebody try to cover it up by taking him out of the bed and
come on, Monica, knock it off.
Well, anyway, it looks like the show's going pretty good, and let me take a look at the weather, see if maybe the situation with the rain has changed, because I know Ed doesn't want to go out there in the wet. Oh, that sounds dirty. Ed doesn't want to go out there in the wet. Ooh. All right, now the good news is at 1 o'clock, it's going to be sunny, or not sunny, but cloudy, but it doesn't show any rain up until 5, so... Also shows, like I said, for Monday of the convocation, it shows 40% chance of snow. So that's pretty good. And you guys probably noticed something that I do now, which I think kind of cuts in my revenue a little bit. You'll notice that we don't have the stream at this moment monetized. And the reason is we monetize it after the show's over. So that way we can't get limited no ads. Because Sony keeps always trying to flag the stream. Now they can flag it all they want unless there's a real reason. I'll still get my advertising. You know. It works. You mean, well, let's see. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about there. But I don't know where she is. She probably will be on sometime soon. I keep forgetting the names.
Who?
Yeah, Lori. No, not Lolly. Lolly, I don't know where she's going to be on again.
Oh my God.
No, and he's getting wet in the rain. So, he's always worried, rightfully enough, about ice. But I think today is not going to be a major ice festival problem. Unfortunately, Stop and Shop, Market 32 don't sell wine, so he's going to have to get that. If he wants to go Instacart way, he's going to have to get it from the wine shop. There's a wine shop at Instacart.
Rusty would love her molesting.
I haven't seen Rusty in a while, Michelle. Where's he been? Ouch.
He's been fine. Right now he's laying on the couch. He's laying on the couch right now. It was on last night on the stream, constantly upstaging me.
Do you get anything for Rusty for Christmas? A special meal or anything like that?
Not really. I never thought about it.
Yeah, we used to get our animals Christmas gifts. The dogs would rip them open right away. So we'd have to hide them before we put them under the tree.
Yeah. Does Ed ever make you wet moist? No. We're just friends. We're just friends. We're not a relationship.
He plays with your ears, you said earlier, didn't you?
What's
Ed does. Ed plays with your ears, somebody said.
Yeah, he rubs almost a great wow. But actually,
I know. I've heard Ed say a couple times to you, Michelle, that he thought you were beautiful and...
No, he doesn't usually say that much. Once in a while he does, but he doesn't always say it a lot unless he's really under the sauce. Then he does it. But,
as most men do.
I don't know.
Ooh.
But last night, of course, he had a lot on his mind since 3 of the
love
monkeys that
blackjack.
passed on, and there's only 1 left right now. So, yeah, Cruiser, you should try that. Have your partner put those ears on. Have your partner rub the ears.
I don't got a partner. I have to find some girl on a dating site, I guess. You know.
Wear the ears when you
Do you
put
have
your
a
profile
pet?
pic up there.
Do you have any pets, Cruiser?
We
Go out
got
there and
3
Tinder,
dogs
right?
here.
Go say, I got elf ears, baby. You want to give them a rub?
I know what you should do, Michelle. Hold on a second. Cruiser, you have 3 dogs?
Yeah.
Put your elf ears on, buddy. Put a little peanut butter on the tips of those ears. And just, let the dogs have at them.
All right.
Knowing the dogs, they might decide to take the whole ear off.
True. Yeah.
Michelle, Heyman wants to know who won the Jackbox game last night. You fell asleep.
I kind of lost track. It was just playing the game. I didn't win, but somebody else did though. Tiger Katie's tried to play it, got a little bit confused with the game layout, the way you have to jump between your phone and it was kind of interesting. Well, it's 12:04. Does anyone talk about anything last before we get ready to wrap it up for today? Or for now, anyway?
Nope. I think you need to get your rest, go to the store, get your wine, get ready for tonight.
Yeah. I'll see what we can do. I gotta see when Ed wants to get up. We know the old grumpy bull. He tends to sleep in long.
Spray a little water on him.
I won't want to do that. It makes him angry. And then he shows his horns. I don't want to do that. So.
That's what I do with my ex. When I get out of bed, I spray him.
Yeah. That's why he run. Well, okay.
Michelle, go rub your ears on Ed's body as he sleeps.
I don't know how he would react to that.
Well, let's find out.
I think you might weird him out a little bit.
Or rub your ears on him.
Michelle, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Take one of his trains and gently roll it up his leg onto his butt up to his back. You might get excited over that.
No, like I said, we'll see what's going to happen. I'll try to see what Ed wants to do. I know one thing that's going to probably make me do is going to go, you go get my beer for me? Hey,
is Ed joining the show tonight?
It's going to be about 60 degrees. Why can't we go get the beer together?
Well, Michelle, he said he'll go with you if there's no ice out. So if it's going to be 60 degrees, then he should be.
There shouldn't be any ice today. Come on, it's going to be 60 degrees.
Right. Well, there you go. Well, I should go with you.
Go wake him up. Tell him, hey, let's get the show on the road. We got a show tonight.
All right. Tell him we got to get beer. Just tell him you got to get beer with. You need help getting beer, Michelle. That's all you need to tell him. Yeah. I'm sure that'll motivate him to get out of the house.
So you're not getting it. He's getting it himself. So if he wants, he better come with.
I mean, because if I'm going to be carrying a glass bottle of wine, he's going to have to carry something too. Because our shopping bags are beat up. Especially if he says, hey, I want to lug in a 30-pack. Whoa. No. My bag cannot carry 30 cans of beer. My grocery bags are ripping as they are now. I told him, I said, maybe you can carry a 12-pack, but a 30-pack is too much for the threads. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys later today. We'll see what's going to happen and take it from there. Okay.
Right.
All right.
All right. So maybe.
All right, I gotta go too.
Try to come on the show tonight too if you can make it.
All right.
All right. All right, guys.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
All right. Bye, everyone.
But see you later, Paul.
Take care, Michelle.
Yep. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to try to get this done. I forgot to switch the screen back to me. Oopsies. Okay. Anyway, so that's the way we do it on this. You can see that was just showing you the display. And now we are going to let YouTube do what it's going to do with the stream. Render it up, process it, and chat revenue 664. Oh, that's right. I got money from Tiger Kitty. Absolutely. All right, guys. So talk to you guys tonight around 7. Okay. Stay out of trouble until then. All right. Bye bye. Bye bye, guys.